Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bella Vista High School on the campus of, on the campus, well, it is the campus of Bella Vista High School. I don't know where I'm going with that. Welcome to Bella Vista High School Stadium on the campus of Bella Vista High School. How does that sound? We are welcoming you to the restoration, I guess, if you will, of the Cowbell Classic between Bella Vista High School and Casa Roble. It is Casa Roble. It is such a special rivalry. It's been going on for a long time, even though it's been on a 5-year hiatus, that we're doing every game this weekend. We brought you the freshman game last night, and now we are set to begin the JV game. George Tharlson, Aaron Keogh with you. We will have this game. We'll have the varsity game immediately to follow, and we are just about ready to get this one underway. Aaron, some quick thoughts before we get started?
This is going to be interesting to see. It's very, very warm out, so player fatigue could play a factor in the game. Both teams have some players out. Bella Vista did win the toss. They're going to defer to the second half, so Casa's going to start on offense as Bella Vista gets set to kick from the 40.
And that's Gunnar Peterson that is going to boot this one away for Bella Vista. And we are just about ready to get underway. We're going to be introducing ourselves to these players along with you, as this is our first look on a live stream for the JV. The ball is loose on the opening kickoff, and a very smart play by Casa Roble. That is number 42, Madden Huegel, or Hugel, I should say. Madden Hugel, who saw the loose ball and just fell on it, which is really what you need to do there.
Yeah, I think sometimes, especially in the freshman JV divisions, they forget that on a kickoff, that's a live ball. It's not like a punt where the ball's dead. So luckily Casa able to get on it. And
we will pick the players up as we go. The quarterback for Casa Roble is Rogan Tilford, 5'11", 180-pound sophomore, number 3. He will be the one taking the snaps. And right now it sounds like some whistles are blowing as they just try to line up and get situated here. And the referee is over talking to Rogan Tilford right now. In the backfield for Casa is Aiden Ante, number 4. They go with a 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the right on 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. That's Ante right up the middle, and he's going to get some serious yardage there. A pickup of about 8 out to the 29-yard line. They're going to call it the 28. I never understand how they spot the ball, honestly.
No, it
so
seems
that's
like
a pickup of 7. So
yeah.
2nd down and 3 coming up.
Well, you were close.
Tough game last week for Casa against West Park, but West Park is a very good program. They will end up at the 30-yard line. That's Aiden Ante is the one who brings it out to the 30-yard line. They're going to give him progress to the 31. So that is 3-yard pickup and a 1st down for Casa Roble. Landon Payne is the receiver who comes out wide to the right. Ashton Edvilson is slotted inside of him, and there's 2 wide receivers out to the far side of the field. Ante is the lone setback once again. He has some running room right up the middle, and will bring it out to the 35-yard line. That is a gain of 4. So 2nd down and 6 coming up for Casa Roble as they are having a lot of success moving the ball early.
Yeah, Bella Vista's doing a good job wrapping up on their tackles. There's not a lot of broken tackles once they make contact. It's just Casa's getting a lot of penetration before we're making contact. So hopefully they can get that defensive line to push in a little bit, help out a little bit.
2nd down. We got whistles as the play winds down in slow motion.
Yep, left tackle jumped there early. That's going to be on Casa.
So that'll back him up 5 yards. It's a break for Bella Vista. One of the problems that I noticed in watching video from the JV team, and also it happens with, I've been in the freshman game last night too, and that is a big loss or a big penalty, the very next play was an explosive play.
Yep.
And so you got to take advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this now, it's 2nd and 11, so if Bella Vista can have some solid defensive play here, can maybe back Casa up. force them into a 4th down.
So slots to either side. Ante is the lone setback. Bella Vista stunting at the line of scrimmage. Ante with the handoff right up the middle. He is met at the line of scrimmage, and he has dropped right about the 30-yard line.
I think the ball came out.
And they say, and you're right, Bella Vista ball. The Broncos forced the first turnover of the game.
So I don't know because that was a scrum there, but I will say 56, who's Sam Singley, and kind of a menace on defense for the Broncos here at the JV level. He made the tackle prior to the penalty, and he made the initial contact. So I don't know if he punched it out or not, but he's off to a strong start on the defensive side of the ball.
That name's Singley. That I believe we're going to be saying that name a lot tonight.
I think so, yes.
And we'll talk more about that as it relates to the varsity game when we get the opportunity. 1st and 10, Bella Vista. The quarterback for the Broncos is Trevor Hansen, number 9. He brings them up. Bella Vista going with a spread formation here with 3 wide receivers. Play goes right up the middle for a couple of yards. And it looks like that was Riley Durazo, number 22.
I think so, yeah.
So he picks up, they give him progress down to the 27-yard line. Yes, the 27. That's a gain of 3 as possession began at the 30. 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Hansen, he's going to throw this time. Off the back foot. There's a nice reception for Bella Vista. Xander Shadko with the catch. He's down close to the 15-yard line. So the Broncos, by the way, are going to get credit for cool name records. We've got a Xander and a Sikander and a Kendrick Bowie.
Hey, they win in the name competition.
And Manuel Mata is in the backfield, number 21, and he's got some running room right up the middle, spinning off some tacklers. And Mata brings it down to the 10-yard line. That is going to be a gain. They're going to call it the 11, so we'll call that 6 yards from the 17. Bella Vista getting their first win of the season, JV, last week, right here at home.
Yeah, they're looking really
over
well.
in Nevada Union.
Yeah, they're looking really solid.
Connor Benson will go out wide to the right, along with Xander Shadko. Durazo comes in motion. Durazo on the jet sweep, looking to turn the corner. Spins off some tacklers, some nice running by Durazo. He's inside the 5-yard line.
Excellent running there. You know, one thing that is evident here early, great field position for the Broncos. Quarterback had a lot of time to throw when he rolled out to make that completed pass, and the running backs are getting a lot of ability to kind of make some moves, which typically means the line is moving guys out of the way. They're not just standing them up, but physically moving them. So really good for Bella Vista.
Under 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. We apologize, the clock isn't, we don't have the clock working on our stream yet. Hope they get that fixed before too long. 1st and goal from inside the 5-yard line. Touchdown Broncos. And that's a quarterback keeper, Trevor Hansen, on the run. And the Broncos bring this one in from, it looks like, 4 yards out. They take the early lead.
Good little variety of play calling there. I mean, you had a couple runs, a couple different running backs, you had a pass, quarterback keeper.
And the Broncos will go for 2. From the wing T set, the pitch back goes to the left side. And I believe that's Mata. Mata gets the 2-point conversion there for Bella Vista. Touchdown, 2-pointer. Bella Vista with an 8-0 lead.
So, you know, that's about as good as you can draw it up. If you're the Broncos, you win the toss, you defer, so you're going to get the ball to start the second half. Your defense comes through. capitalize off a penalty, force a fumble, recover the ball, get great field position, march right down the field and score. 2-point conversion's good. And, you know, we've played just over half of a first quarter, and we're already back to kicking off again. I mean, you couldn't have scripted that much better so far.
And that's with 4:40 to go in the opening quarter. So the Broncos have it teed up once again. And this time the kick goes out of bounds. So that's a penalty and should bring the ball out to the 35-yard line.
I don't love that, but I understand sometimes why they do it, and it's because there's if you're fearful of the return ability of your opponent, kicking it out of bounds, you know where you're going to get the ball, right? And if it goes to somebody that's a little bit dangerous on the return, that sometimes can lead to trouble. So not sure if that's the case, but that kind of looked like a deliberate kick out of bounds, and so it does make you wonder.
All right, so Casa will get their second possession here. Again, that's Rogan Tilford at quarterback. 3 wide receivers coming out to the right. The man closest to the screen to us, number 16, is Landon Payne. 2 slots inside him, 1 man to the left. And it's Ante again. He seems to be the workhorse tonight. And he will bring it forward for a couple of yards to the 37-yard line. And that'll be 2nd and 8 coming up now for the Casa Roble Rams. They gave him 3. 2nd and 7. Wide receiver to the far side is Cruz Francini. That's number 18, far left. And they have a slot man who comes in motion. And it looks like the right guard rocked backwards a little bit. Second false start penalty of the game for Casa. And so that will now go from
so we find ourselves
2nd and 13.
Yeah,
12.
We basically find ourselves in the same position we found on their last drive, right? They had driven in, they false started, backed them up, 2nd and long. Let's see if Singley can force and his friends can force another fumble.
Here's Ante in the backfield, or check that, it's a new running back in the game, but he's met in the backfield, driven back to the 25-yard line. They're going to say the progress was stopped at the 29. That the ball carrier that time, Antonio Correa, a sophomore running back for the for Casa Roble. Sorry, I'm trying to get it right.
That's why I just stick with Casa.
So it will be 2nd or 3rd down and about 16 yards to go for Casa. Tilford under pressure, slips by 1 tackler. He may take off running with it. He will not get the first down. A good chunk of yardage, though, out to the 39-yard line. Pickup of about 10. That will bring us to a 4th down and 6 yards to go.
That was a really good play by the Bronco defense there. You had good penetration from Sam Singley, chasing the quarterback out of the pocket. Quarterback had nobody open, which means you had good coverage in the secondary. So, yeah, he got quite a few yardage here, but it's forced a 4th down, and it's, 4th and 6 here. I'm not sure if they're going to punt.
They are. They're lining up in punt formation.
Okay.
And that's Durazo back deep to receive it. The punter for Casa is the quarterback, Tilford. He'll boot this one away. That's a nice kick. Durazo, a little unsure grab, but he's got it. Durazo across midfield before he's run out of bounds. So a nice kick return for the Broncos and a second possession that is going to begin on the Casa side of the football.
Well, it depends on the flag because there was a Bronco and a.
Okay, so there's a flag. We'll
yeah,
see what happens.
There was a Bronco and a Ram that got into a shoving match at the end of the play.
So we'll check and see what the penalty is all about here. And the officials are all huddling up here. The down markers have the ball set at the 45-yard line. So the referee's going to pick up the flag. We'll see if he'll turn around and tell us what's going on here. This is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Casa, and it was a dead ball. So this is going to give Bella Vista even more yardage. This will come down to the 32-yard line, and that's a first down now for the Broncos. Right up the middle, all kinds of running room. In the clear, touchdown Broncos. Manuel Mata once again. Got a 2-point conversion tonight and now a touchdown. Unless there's a flag, I hear a lot of whistles.
The referee signaled touchdown, so if it's a flag, it's got to be after the play, I would think. I think we're good.
You know, if the referee is marking something down, you know, they have that rule in college where if you have two unsportsmanlikes, I believe it extends to high school as well.
Correct.
There's an ejection. Is he going to tell us something here? Or are we just going to run the play? This looks like this is being marked off against Bella Vista. So probably an unnecessary celebration, because Bella Vista's huddle is way back at the 20-yard line, but the ball's sitting at the 3, where the conversion is. So let's see what we got. So again, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, this time against Bella Vista. So that they can either assess this on the kickoff, I believe, or the point try. You might as well assess it here.
Yeah, no, that's smart to make it here, because if they're going to go for 2, that makes it a really long try. And if it's a kick, it's even further.
So this will move it out to the 18-yard line after a 15-yard penalty.
We'll see what happens here with the try, but you can see how good field position just can really set you up to be successful. I mean, this is the second drive in a row. Broncos had really good field position.
You can also see that this rivalry is in full swing after a 5-year hiatus.
Correct.
With unsportsmanlike conduct penalties by both teams. Here's Hansen, sends it over to the left, a diving reception made, that's incomplete actually, to Stetson Seepak at the 10-yard line. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Bella Vista with a 14-0 lead with 1:39 to go in the opening quarter.
Well, this is going very well for the Broncos so far. You do want to make sure, and I know, and we'll probably get into this a little bit when we start talking about the varsity game with penalties, but you do just want to be careful if you're head coach Steve Sampagnaro for the Broncos to make sure that you're telling your players to keep their cool. The longer this game goes, the more intense it tends to get, the more people will start showing up in droves here. For those watching the broadcast, there was over 1,400 pre-sale tickets for this game, so this stadium and field facility is going to be packed tonight. As the Broncos kick off again straight out of bounds, which will draw that procedural penalty. So,
and this time it looks like it didn't even get to the 35, so I think at this point they actually mark it where it goes out of bounds.
Correct.
So we will see what they actually do here. There's some high school rules that I'm still having trouble getting used to, such as a personal foul not being an automatic first down.
Right.
Looks like they are going to, looks like they're placing it at the 35. No, actually,
they're going to make him re-kick it.
They're going to have him re-kick it.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep. No, and that's the prerogative of the receiving team to force the kicking team to, you could just make them keep re-kicking if you want.
Why not?
So the way you would deal with that, if you're really trying to avoid a return, is, really get your boot under it or look to like squib kick, because in that case, keeps the ball on the ground and maybe gets it away from that person that you're trying to avoid, who I don't know who that is, but clearly that seems to be the case here for Bella Vista.
So Avery Gordon will get ready to boot this one away for Bella Vista. And the ball is at the 30-yard line.
Cass would have been better off to take the penalty.
Yeah.
But the Broncos did the right thing there. They basically kicked, in essence, a squib kick. Receiver had a little bit of trouble handling the ball, and then once he got a hold of it, Broncos were right there to take over. So we'll see here in the last minute and a half if Casa can get a drive sustained here.
And that is Ante once again that will take it left side and bring it out to the 32 for a gain of a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So now we got holding, and I saw that. I didn't see the flag, but I saw the hold. That was a counter play by number 4, Casa, and the defender for Bella Vista was just a hand from getting him and got held. And so poor field position again for Casa here.
And we are with a running clock because they don't always stop the clock on penalties. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. 1st and 25 it looks like, or 1st and 20. Pass over the middle is incomplete. So they have the ball marked at the 16-yard line, and they need to get out to the 40. So it is. It's like a 2nd down and 24.
Yeah, this entire first quarter has been played on the Casa side of the field. We've not had one play other than the kickoff on the Broncos side, which is great if you're a Bella Vista fan, not so great if you're a Casa fan.
So 2nd down and a bunch. Handoff comes to the right side, and there is a fabulous play. Excellent penetration by Sam Singley once again to get free and corral the Casa running back and drop him down for a loss. That was Ante again, the ball carrier, and that's another loss of yardage. That will take it back to the 13-yard line.
Sam Singley came to play tonight, George.
He sure did.
He said, bring the heat on. I'm ready.
All right, 3rd down and half the distance to Galt. Tilford. And the quarter will come to an end. So we have reached the end of the first quarter here at Bella Vista High School. All Bella Vista in this opening quarter. Very impressive couple of drives for the offense.
Yeah, I mean, really, really great job on defense. I mean, it's kind of been the Sam Singley show, but I shouldn't say that because there's been a lot of gang tackling, which is really fantastic. The key to any of this is they've started strong. You got to continue to play strong. The heat will be a factor. I mean, it is going to get slightly cooler, but when I say slightly, we're going to probably talk from the start of the game to the end of the game. Maybe we're going to drop 2-3 degrees. So it's going to be warm, and they're going to have to sustain that. Stay hydrated, etc.
And of course, both sidelines are very well equipped for that. So we've learned a lot over the years. Gone are the days where water was a reward.
Right.
Yes, from the old school coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to switch sides, put another 10 minutes on the clock, and play the second quarter here. This is the JV game of the Cowbell Classic. Varsity game will follow a little bit later on. And we talked about the game that Sam Singley is playing. Aaron, I understand And I believe it is his brother, correct?
Yes.
That Jack is ready to go tonight and will be under center in place of Riley Dick tonight.
Correct, yeah. So Riley, of course, injured last week in the game, broken arm, had surgery this week, successful surgery, and wish him obviously the best. I'm sure he'll be on the sideline tonight cheering his team on.
All right, so now instead of third down and half the distance to Galt, it's third down and half the distance to Williams.
Oh, I see what you did there. Switched end of the field. You got to switch geographic location.
That's exactly right.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the mark of a good broadcaster right there.
And that's Tilford, who's going to take off running, slipping some tackles. Tilford with some running room. He's just shy of the first down, I believe. See where they mark him out of bounds, just across the 35-yard line. And that's going to go from a 3rd and 28 to a 4th and manageable.
Yeah, really good fake by the offense there for Casa. Quarterback just kept it, booted around the right side there, and he was off.
So they're going to mark him at the 34-yard line, and so that will be a 4th and 6. So Casa's still going to go ahead and punt. I've just run that same play again.
Yeah, I mean,
high snap. The punter had to step back for it, but no pressure. He's able to step in and get to it. Durazo with the catch. Durazo, a great punt return earlier. He's got another good one across midfield. And so once again, the Broncos are going to open possession on the Casa side of the 50.
you just do yourself so many favors when you're starting on your opponent's side of the field every drive. It just, it builds momentum. Something else that, we should mention, the varsity's coming up a little bit later. Obviously, they're watching what's going on here. Typically, they watch the first quarter before they go get dressed and start their stretching and pregame, warm-up and routine. So you go into the locker room if you're the varsity team going, hey, Cowbell Classic, we're off to the races here tonight, and that's very motivating.
1st and 10 Broncos. They spot the ball at the 48 of Casa. Double wing set. The handoff goes to Mata straight up the middle. And he will get close to the 40. They'll call it the 41-yard line. So that's a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Broncos.
We often critique offensive lines when the running backs have nowhere to run. We sometimes maybe are a little bit slower to praise them when the running backs are running well. This line is doing a great job of giving the running backs room to run so far. That's an adjustment Casa's going to have to make at halftime.
Split backs in the backfield. Wing T set. Second man through is Mata. Mata, a nice stiff arm there as he gets it down to the 30-yard line. That'll be a first down for Bella Vista and a gain of 11. We approach 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go before halftime. Hunter Benson lines up closest to your screen, wide to the right. Wingman is on the left. Hansen rolling out to his left. Off there looking for Seepak. Seepak with the reception. Seepak down inside the 10-yard line. Stetson Seepak, his first reception of the game. They will say it happened right at the 10. That'll be a 1st and goal for Bella Vista.
I see Stetson's older brother just sitting down here to the left of us.
Made a trip down south.
Yeah, big smile on his face there with big brother with the reception.
I guess Jamison had to come back for the Cowbell Classic. Here's Mata. He is hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. They're going to call that no gain. 2nd and goal from the 10.
Well, I stopped to get ice earlier at the local Rayleigh's here in Fair Oaks, Orangeville area, and the lady that was checking me out, I had my Cowbell Classic shirt on, and she said, I'm going to be there tonight. I said, well, I think everybody's going to be here tonight. And the way the stands are starting to fill in, it certainly seems that way.
Did she have a rooting interest?
She didn't say, but the line was kind of long behind me, so we didn't get to talk long.
Jaden Tate and Riley Durazo out left. Swing pass to Durazo. Durazo looking to turn the corner, angling toward the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. So this is not unlike what we saw last night, only it's the other team.
Correct, it's the opposite.
It's a 10-yard run from Durazo.
Is that a flag laying at like the 12-yard line, 11-yard line? Or?
It sure looks like it. Or they? So I just saw the referee put his hands in the air.
So I think the touchdown's going to get. I can't imagine what this would be. I didn't see any excessive celebration or anything.
Other than, some type of non-sportsmanlike.
Yeah, if somebody said something, that's the one thing you don't know up here.
The referee is now turning around to our side, so let's see what we can get here on the call. Dead ball unsportsmanlike against Casa. Dead ball unsportsmanlike against Bella Vista. Penalties are going to offset. It sounds like there's a lot of talking going on down there.
There is.
And coaches on both sides need to get that in check.
Yeah, they do.
There's going to be a costly penalty later on tonight if they don't.
Yep.
So no yardage lost. Bella Vista will go for 2 from the 3-yard line. Pitch to Mata, looking for the block, looking to turn the corner, lowers his head, slips a tackle, and he's in for a 2-point conversion. His second 2-point conversion to go with a touchdown. And with 6:46 to go in the opening half, it is now 22-0 in favor of the Bella Vista Broncos.
Trevor Hansen looks pumped. This crowd, he's getting this crowd fired up, which again is just, pays dividends for the big varsity showdown coming up.
So a win last week for the varsity, a 22-0 second quarter lead, and there's a lot of time left to go. But right now, over the last 6 quarters of Bella Vista JV football, the JV's part of the future.
Correct.
So this is this can only be a positive.
Right, you're just building. They've played really well so far. I mean, they've executed really well. A couple penalties, but mainly on the, unsportsmanlike side.
So Gordon will boot it away again. And again, he will hit it out of bounds. I like you said before, Aaron, I'm almost thinking this is by design.
Yep. And again, I think they're going to make him re-kick it here, which is, on the one hand, you can say, well, that's the right thing to do is to make him re-kick because then you get a chance to start the ball better. But given what happened on the last kickoff, they would have actually been better off to accept the penalty and take the ball at the 35. So we'll have to see. I would look again here for probably a squib kick to come. That's what I'm guessing's probably going to come here. So we'll see.
All right, so they're going to kick it again. I think that's one way to kind of combat what they're trying to do. And once again, and this time it is going to be fielded right by the sideline. They're looking to try and get the kick return.
So he's going to get 2 yards better than he would have if they had just taken the penalty.
And that's Madden Hugel again. What a great football first name, Madden.
Madden. I love it.
I think that's fantastic. He's also on the roster as a kicker and defensive end. And it was one of the up men there, but because the kickoff was short, he was able to return it. And that brings Casa to their own 37-yard line. They often refer to football as a chess game.
Yes.
And so Bella Vista has this trying to kick it out of bounds and force them to start at the 35, and Casa's making them kick it again. So it's all part of the chess game, and all Casa needs to do, I think, in playing that game is break one.
Yes. Yeah, if they can do that, then it kind of puts things, kind of resets everything.
Looks like we've got a timeout here.
I think Casa wanted to talk it over a little bit here before this drive. I mean, you find yourselves down 22-0 here. You've got a little over a half of a quarter before halftime, so you have some time, but you really need to sustain a drive here, if for no other reason than to give your defense a little bit of a break. Both of these teams don't look – well, actually, it looks like Bella Vista has more available players tonight than Casa does, but any rest you can give on the other side of the ball is appreciated.
There's a scary moment in the game last week for Casa against West Park. Number one, Amari Shaver was seriously hurt in the second quarter, had to be taken off on a stretcher. I believe he is here tonight. We saw him not in pads.
Correct.
And moving around, so that is definitely good to see.
Yes.
But any of you Casa fans that might have been at the game last week, we did see him here and walking around. So
all right, here we go.
So 1st and 10 for Casa at the 37-yard line. The handoff will go to the right side, and once again, actually a little misdirection. And the play ends up at the 33-yard line. Looks like a loss of a yard maybe.
Yeah, Broncos read that all the way. There was no misdirection there at all.
Like it was Ashton Edvilson that was the ball carrier, and again, good penetration by the defensive line for Bella Vista. The defense is playing very well tonight.
Yes.
So a loss goes back to the 33-yard line, a loss of 4. 2nd down and 14 for Casa. The old full house tee, 3 backs in the backfield. And progress is going to be whistled down, not quite to the 35-yard line. That was Ante again, that was the ball carrier. They're going to call the progress to the 34 for a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 13. In full house backfield. And whistles. And another timeout for Casa. That's 2 timeouts in close proximity, I guess we would say.
Not sure what that second one was about. I mean, Coach must have seen something there he didn't like. Kind of a pivotal 3rd and long, though, so maybe you just want to make sure that you know what's going on before you run the play, because you're at a position here where if you don't get any yards, you're going to be punting again. With the way Bella Vista's been moving the ball, you've got to try to pin Bella Vista back in their own end a little bit to give you some breaks. Otherwise, Mata is going to just continue to do what Mata's been doing.
So if you're just joining us, you are watching the JV game of the Cowbell Classic between Bella Vista and Casa Roble. The Cowbell Classic is back after a 5-year hiatus. And there's been a lot of excitement in both the Bella Vista community here in Fair Oaks, the Casa Roble community in Orangevale. Lots of talk. And everybody's been waiting for the action to begin.
Yes.
Casa won convincingly last night in the freshman game, 54-8. And Bella Vista leads this one 22-0 with 5:11 to go in the second quarter.
Late addition here, number 52 for Casa coming in to left tackle position.
That's Logan Lawler. This is Ante again, and he will push forward for about 3 yards to the 37-yard line, the original line of scrimmage for this series. So that'll bring us to 4th down and 10.
And I think if you're Casa, you got to punt here. I mean, they may
They punted on 4th and less than this earlier.
And their punts have been good. They're just
Yes.
the returns have been really good for Bella Vista, but the actual punts have been good. They've been deep.
So Rogan Tilford, the 5'11", 180-pound quarterback, is also the punter. For Bella Vista, Xander Shadko is back deep, along with Durazo. And another high snap. He'll step into it, and another really good kick. Durazo from the 27. Durazo, he's got good field vision. And still gets by a couple of tacklers out across the 45-yard line. Flag down?
Yep, flag down. It's either going to be a face mask or a horse collar because it came from the head referee and he threw it all the way where the ball carrier ended up.
Right at the tackle. Right as the tackle was made. So we will have all eyes on the white hat, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
He should tell us in a few minutes what is going on here and if the penalty is against Casa. Again, huge field position for Bella Vista. It looks like they're motioning to Bella Vista's way. So holding against Bella Vista, face mask against Casa. So we're going to get offsetting penalties, and we're going to replay 4th down.
So that's the second time tonight we've had offsetting penalties. We got to do better with football officiating with the rules of offsetting penalties because a hold is not the same thing as a face mask. It's not this, it doesn't carry the same penalty, but because you have one on each team, they cancel out. And I don't know what the answer is.
And the interesting thing to me here is both penalties, I believe, would have to have happened after the change of possession.
Correct. So again, I mean, it's like we're going to replay, but if Casa elected to go for it now, it's actually it's like a benefit to the Rams.
Right. I mean, they could fake the punt. He is the quarterback.
Right. So it's like they get a do-over, but actually their penalty was worse. I don't know. I don't make the rules though, obviously. Maybe I'll write Roger Goodell.
Which means it'll come to the high school level in about 10 years.
Correct.
Yes.
My kids will all be done playing.
So back again, Tilford. He'll boot this one away. And this time it's Shadko. And Shadko's got some running room. Nice little cut back there. And he's across the 45-yard line. So they're getting the ball right about where they would have. In fact, they're going to mark it, it looks like, right at the 47-yard line.
Yep.
Well, now they're going to mark it at the 46. Still, right about where it was. First and 10 from the 46-yard line. Good field position. I think this is the first Bella Vista possession that doesn't start in their own territory.
I think so, yeah. I was trying to get a weather check here for everybody that's just so you can get an idea of the temperature here, but so it's currently 98. 104 was the high today.
Durazo wide left, wide receiver to the right, wingman to the right as well. Handoff. That's Mata once again across midfield.
Nice pickup again for Mata. He's having a heck of a game.
He is. 6 yards. 6 yards on the play, so that'll be second down and 4 from the 48-yard line of Casa. Broncos switching up a little bit here. Jaden Tate is now the receiver out to the left. Durazo goes out. I'm sorry, Tate is to the right, along with Sikander Arazo.
Off encroachment on the defense there. Jumped into the neutral zone.
You know, this is game 3. It's still early in the season. And some of those season opening jitters, we still see that. I think that's something that will clean up as the season progresses. So that's going to be a first down for Bella Vista as they will mark the ball to the 43-yard line of Casa.
clock should be running. It's not.
And now the referee just signaled the wind.
There we go.
They had to get the chains moved. Single back set. Two wide receivers to the right. Hansen's back to pass. He's under pressure, and he is going to be dropped. And that is the aforementioned Madden Hugel.
There's a flag at the 41-yard line, right at the
flag.
sideline. But I think it was chirping because there was a wide receiver out here, unless it was a hold. What a sack, though.
Well, when you've got the football name, you're going to make football plays.
Correct. I mean, mine.
So it's going to be a false start against Bella Vista, and it's a decline. So, in fact, it's not a false start. It's an illegal formation.
Right.
A false start would, it's the same signal. The false start would have blown the play dead. So not enough men on the line of scrimmage was the call there. Now they're going to line up
Timeout here.
a wing, and now Bella Vista is going to go ahead and call a timeout. So with a second down and about 20 or so, the Broncos want to kind of think this one over a little bit.
Well, you have a minute 25 here, and you got the ball at midfield. You need to score again. And I know you go, well, you're up 22-0. Why do you need to score again? Because then you're going to get the ball to start the second half, and if you can score again, then you basically put this game out of reach.
Right.
If you don't score here, you still got a good lead going into halftime, but you're kind of starting to lose some momentum. And I think Coach Sampagnaro wants to just make sure his team is motivated to get into the end zone again here with a minute 25. They still have 2 timeouts, too. That was just their first time out of the half.
Well, we're happy to have you along for the Cowbell Classic tonight. Our JV varsity doubleheader for you here on BV Live Sports. Varsity game is scheduled for a 7:45 kickoff. You ever get that weather update?
Yeah, so 98 degrees, feels like 98. I don't know what it was at kickoff. I think it was 100. So it is still very toasty.
Connor Benson out wide to the left for Bella Vista. Double wing formation. And another flag.
It's going to be encroachment.
So that's going to move this up a little bit, make this a little bit more manageable for Bella Vista.
Remember when I ran into you?
Yeah, second and 15, 14, something like that.
So they will mark the ball now at the 43-yard line, or check that, the 48-yard line. So that'll be second down, and it's like 15 yards to go. Here's Mata. Mata will be knocked down close to the 41-yard line.
Still have a little bit over a minute here to score.
They're going to say he was out of bounds at the 42. So this will now make it 3rd and 9 with 1:19 to go before halftime. There's plenty of time if they can get the first down.
Right.
Christian Taylor now replacing Stetson Seepak at tight end as they rotate out. Benson will come out to the right, and he will line up along with Xander Shadko. Hansen straight back to pass. He's going to float this one over the middle. Shadko was wide open, but the pass was incomplete.
You know, Hansen, he rushed that throw just a little bit. He threw it off his back foot. I think he sensed pressure that maybe wasn't quite as close to him as he thought. I think he had time to get his position a little bit better, and maybe that throw gets completed because, boy.
Maybe he remembered how uncomfortable that sack was.
Yes, I think so. But, boy, number 5, wide open. He was going to the house with that.
Yeah, that's a touchdown if he's able to make the catch. Looks like Bella Vista might go for this. Seepak is back in.
Yeah, I think
Taylor's
4th and 9.
out.
4th and 9, you're on, Casa's 43, 42.
And you've been able to shut their offense down.
Right.
So if you don't get this.
And they only have 1 timeout left.
Durazo left, slots to the right. One man in the backfield, 4th and 9. Hansen's back to pass, off the back foot again, going over the middle. Again looking for Shadko, and overthrows him once again. So with 55 seconds to go, decent field position for Casa as they will take over here. They're just looking for some kind of a spark on their offense.
Correct. Yeah, if I'm Cass, I'm going to try maybe some unconventional things to try to get into the end zone here. Just under a minute, 55.7 seconds left. One timeout for the Rams.
So the ball is at the 42-yard line, the Casa 42. Rogan Tilford is the quarterback. He's got 3 wide receivers coming out to the left. Cruz Francini is the one closest to the sideline here. Out of the shotgun. Tilford, he's going to go deep. And this one is overthrown. There is a penalty flag at the 45-yard line.
What is this?
And I wonder if maybe it's like a clip or something. Or I'm sorry, a pick. That's an illegal formation. And Bella's going to go ahead and decline that penalty with 49 seconds to go and force a 2nd and 10. So something else that needs to be cleaned up for both teams.
Correct.
And that is making sure everybody is in the right position at the line of scrimmage.
This is not a problem unique to JV football. If you happen to catch any of the Kansas City Chiefs-Baltimore Ravens game last night, I don't remember if it was the right or the left tackle for the Ravens, he could not get lined up correctly with the NFL doing a little higher scrutiny on that rule. So this happens everywhere.
So this formation, by the way, is called the pistol with the running back behind the quarterback. Tilford, he's going to zing that one over the middle off the hands of Francini and incomplete across the 45-yard line of Bella Vista. And I tell you what, he had some green in front of him.
Yes, he did. That was a dangerous pass there for the Broncos because you're right, he had running room.
And if I'm Casa, I consider running that play again.
Yes.
It might be that Francini might have turned his head to find the defender just as the ball arrived.
Yes.
But he's open, and he had some running room there. 3rd and 10 from the 42. In with the spread formation. Running back to the right of the quarterback. Shotgun formation. Under pressure. Slips a tackle. Tilford's going to run. Flag down. And he is going to be dropped after about a yard gain to the 43. So if this is on Casa, Bella would decline this and force a 4th down.
Correct. The Bronco defenders, they're 7 and 5, collided with each other trying to sack the quarterback, and number 7 almost.
That's Seapak.
Oh yeah, Seapak. Yeah, Stetson almost knocked himself out there, but he's back up. But I love it. They're going for it. They're trying to get the sack, and they did slow the quarterback up.
So Bella Vista declines the penalty. It goes to 4th down. And with 30 seconds to go, if you're Casa, what's the harm in
Yeah, I run this down all the way to like 5 seconds and then just chuck it down the field.
Yeah, what's the harm in, they've got 1 timeout left. They can just let the clock run down and then go for it. Bella Vista is running off the field, and so is, I don't know what was going on there. And I think I think the Broncos are going to call a timeout here.
Yep,
yes.
little
and that
trickery.
is a smart timeout by Coach Sampagnaro, because it looked like Casa was faking that they were going to let the clock run out, go to halftime, and then Bella Vista starts going off the field, and then they wind up coming to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Smart play to get the timeout call.
And I'd say that's kind of that's a JV mistake, right? I mean, you probably don't see that at the varsity level, and that's okay. That's what makes JV football fun, is it's a learning opportunity for everybody involved.
So now 3.5 seconds to go before halftime.
Hey, where? No, Laird is actually. No, this is me.
So one more play. And again, if you're Casa, why punt? They've had a couple of high snaps on punts. Something could seriously go wrong there. Run a play.
Yeah, exactly. You got 3.5 seconds here. Just try something. Big ball down the field, and
so it's 4th down and 10. Final play of the half. Tilford with 4 wide receivers to the left. He's going to step up. He's going to send this one deep over the middle, and it is intercepted by Bella Vista. That is Michael Gutierrez on the interception. He was right there, and he brings that one, and that's how the first half of play comes to an end here at Bella Vista High School. It's all Broncos, and they'll get the points to start, or they'll get the ball to start the second half. So we're going to have a brief break here at halftime, and we'll take our break right now. And when we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half as we get rolling here. 22-0 in favor of the Bella Vista Broncos. Halftime winding down here at Bella Vista High School, and it is 22-0 in favor of the Broncos as we get set to move into the third quarter here of the JV game tonight. And, of course, the varsity game is still to follow. Really impressive first half by Bella Vista. The offense in particular, Trevor Hansen looking very comfortable in the pocket, and just a good mix of the pass and the run.
Yeah, I mean, just what I love about that is when you think about the first half of the Broncos and you think about Mata and you think, well, Mata was kind of the star of the show. Well, that's true, but Trevor Hansen was also kind of the star of the show. And so now you've got multiple weapons. You're going to get the ball to start the second half, and I really feel like that's a great place to be.
Mata doing a terrific job the running back position. Durazo on the kick returns, and of course he's lining up as one of the receivers that they rotate in. So, yeah, no, it's very impressive in this first half. So we'll see what the second half brings us. Noticing the varsity crew arriving.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm surprised they found a parking spot. I just took a video of the parking lot. It is a madhouse.
I'm glad they were able to find a parking place.
Yes.
Because it is a zoo here. So, but that's we know that it's going to be very spirited, and we know that it's going to be a lot of energy as the stands are starting to fill up. The band has been relocated tonight.
Yes.
And in fact, let's see what we can show you here. Right there. You see that seating area right down there to the right of this is as you look at it, to the right of the 50-yard line. That's where the band's going to be. And normally they're right next to us on the aisle. And so here they are. They're going to be on the track tonight. So
Well,
that's a look at what's going to happen there.
Well, and I love up on the hillside, on the visitor side, our visitor stands are not very big, but when you have a rivalry game like this, you've got great, you got a lot of people here. You got people that have brought camping chairs, and they're camped out on the hillside to watch a nice football game on a Friday night. They're shaded right now, which is great, and because it is still very hot out, and it's just great.
All right, so take a look at the scoreboard, and I don't have to tell you that there's 10 minutes on the clock.
That's right.
So we have that little issue figured out, and very happy that we're able to do that. And the Broncos right now, they're just now starting their stretches. So it looks like we got a little bit more time before we get this second half underway.
Well, I know in varsity, typically once halftime's over, you get a 3-minute warm-up period, but I thought that was a varsity-only rule. But maybe they're giving JV just a little bit of time.
Isn't that done like with 3 minutes to go on the clock as it counts down? Or?
Well, that's always what I thought, but I think they do it at the high school or at the varsity level because the band's typically out playing, so the field's not available. But
so I see the inflatable Bronco has been brought out.
yeah, he's looking mean tonight and ready to go.
Charlie, let's get a look at the Bronco here while we're waiting. There we go. So the varsity players will be running right out of the Bronco tonight once we're done with this one tonight. And so yes, they're pulling out everything for the game here with Casa. It's the Cowbell Classic. The Cowbell Classic, by the way, at least as far as Max Preps is concerned, they have stats for all teams going back to 2004.
Okay.
Which is just before players on the varsity team were born.
Correct.
And Bella Vista won in 2004 and 2005. Varsity. They've won once since. So it's since 2004, Casa leads the varsity series 13-3, and they've won 13 of the last 14. The last Bella win coming at Casa in 2012.
So we're due, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Now, I did not look up the numbers for the JV. I probably should have. So,
all right.
So Shadko and Durazo are back deep to receive for the Broncos. And the first attempt to kick the ball off for Casa Roble. And Mr. Everything is the one that's going to do this. As we mentioned, Madden Hugel is a kicker and defensive end, a combination you can only find in high school. But again, with a first name like Madden, you got to be able to do everything. He spins this one as like an onside kick, and there is a collision, loose ball.
Casa got it.
And it looks like Casa got it. So a break for the Rams to get this second half started. Reminds me of the varsity game last week where Bella Vista kicked off and wound up with possession on a fumble. This was a beautifully executed surprise onside kick.
Well, and I don't even know that it was that they caught Bella Vista sleeping. I think it was just a good kick. It was a good onside kick. Kind of hit a guy, bounced off of him, and
so 1st and 10 Casa at the Bella Vista 42. This might be their first time in Bella Vista territory. Here's Ante, runs into his own man and is still running. Durazo will bring him down at inside the 25-yard line.
well, 2 big plays for the Rams, and they're deep in Bella Vista territory here.
That's 19 yards and a first down for Casa. Plenty of time, by the way, and it's a 3-score game. If Casa can strike here, it's game on. 1st and 10 Rams at the 23 of Bella Vista. Man coming in motion. Ante once again left side, and he'll bring it down closer to the 20-yard line.
Mata with the tackle.
Pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7. Twin wide receivers to either side of the field. Ante lines up behind the quarterback out of the pistol formation. Tilford, pass underthrown. And his intended receiver, number 5, David Chase, will bring up now a 3rd down and 7. This would definitely be 4-down territory at this point unless they want to have Madden Hugel attempt a field goal.
Well, he probably could at this point. But, yeah, I think you're going to see 4 downs here. The Rams got to try to get into the end zone and get something on the board in the way of a touchdown.
Wide right, that's Landon Payne. Handoff goes to Ante, carries some tacklers with him down to about the 15-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up now a 4th and 2. And an injured Bronco.
.72 for Bella Vista.
Matthew Corfey.
Matthew
Corfey. The Corfey family continuing.
Yeah.
So he's an offensive and defensive tackle.
Looks like he maybe just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, he's up and jogging off right now.
That's always a good thing to see. Sometimes, the wind just gets knocked out of you. And so now it's 4th and short. This really opens up the playbook for the Rams. They can pass or run here. And they don't have to get into the end zone. They just got to get to the 14-yard line.
Just need a couple of yards here. Line of scrimmage is the 16. Handoff, breaking off the first tackler is Ante. He's down to the 10-yard line. That's a Casa first down. First and goal from the Bella Vista 10. So Casa recovers the onside kick to start the second half. Once again, it looks like that might be Ante.
They seem to be finding success to start the second half in almost kind of an all-hands-on-deck approach where they hand the ball off, but kind of everybody on the offensive line is a running back, and they just kind of push everyone forward.
It's a second and goal. Ante once again. No, check that. It was to a nice fake to the left side, and a touchdown for Casa. I bet on the fake.
I did as well.
That's David Chase with the touchdown. So I credit Casa on the misdirection. Now they will go with the full house T once again on the 2-point conversion. And this time it is Ante. He'll push forward into the end zone and gets the 2-point conversion.
Well, and make no mistake, this is a well-coached Casa team. It's a well-coached Casa program. The varsity team made the state semifinal last year for a reason. So they are not out of this game at all, and Bella Vista is going to have to wake up here and sustain an offensive drive.
Well, you know, if you are Casa, you just had success with the onside kick. Do you go back to the well?
Well, you know, that's a good question. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably try to kick this one because you play the fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you thing, and I think they truly just had a really good kick. I don't think they caught Bella Vista sleeping. Sometimes you see that where you see a team just wasn't prepared. I feel like that onside kick was just a pretty decent onside kick. So I would definitely be prepared for it.
Durazo and Shadko back deep to receive once again. Madden Hugel with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line.
When they just moved Durazo up here to the 35, I think in the event that they do that onside again.
So that means Shadko is the only man back deep to receive the kickoff, and he's standing now in the middle of the field. And they are going to squib it once again, and this time Bella Vista covers.
There's a flag at the 40. I'm going to guess that somebody got offside before the kick. The ball was gone, but if I'm Bella Vista, I just take the ball right there.
Right. Great field position.
Right.
That's Taylor that with the recovery on the onside kick. Christian Taylor. And so the Broncos will take the ball at the Casa 46-yard line, or I'm sorry, their own 46.
Well, now the head referee just picked the flag up and waved it off.
Okay, well, then the play happens. Maybe they determined he was onside after a discussion.
Yeah, no, the penalty is going to stand it, but I see Coach Sampaniero go, no, decline. We want to decline the penalty. We just want the ball, which is the right call here. There we go.
Okay.
Offsides on the offense, on the kick, decline, we're keeping the ball.
And that's what we expect.
Yes.
All right. First possession of the second half for Bella Vista, and they need to answer that Casa touchdown.
Well, and you're a quarter of the way through the third quarter. You need to start eating up some clock, too. Sustain a drive here.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. Mata the lone setback, and Cass is in the neutral zone.
Yep, that's a way to start it, 76.
And a reminder, if you're new to following high school football, is, in college and the NFL, you step forward like that, you can step back before the snap or somebody moves, and they won't call the penalty. It's a dead ball once you step into the neutral zone in high school football, and that's Landon Hurst. 1st and 5, Mata right up the gut. Carries tacklers with him. He's got a first down. Close to the 42-yard line.
We got a hold, though, against the Broncos.
Oh. So that will bring them back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Which is going to be placed at the Bella Vista 46, which is the original line of scrimmage for this possession. So the hold happened right at the first down marker.
Right, and again, in high school, it's from the spot on the hold. So
right. So after all that, it's 1st and 10 Bella Vista. Pitch play, Mata. Mata says, forget about all that penalty stuff. I'm just going to go get the first down that I got the first time.
That's right.
And now there's the referee stopped the clock for the first down. It was kind of an emphatic symbol.
Yeah, it almost seemed like there was another foul that we didn't see.
Yeah, that's what was worrying me. Split backs in the backfield. One wide receiver and a wing both to the left. 1st and 10 Broncos. I think that's Shadko that was hit for a loss.
So I would say if we're, we talk about halftime adjustments, Casa has certainly made some good adjustments. I didn't see one play other than the sack in the first half that Casa had on Bella Vista where they had as many pursuers of a ball carrier in the backfield as they just did. So they've made some adjustments, and that's okay. I mean, you would expect that. So Bella Vista will have to adjust a little bit for that moving forward.
And that's Zach Silvers, a sophomore on this team. Of course, most of the players are sophomores. He was the one that diagnosed that play beautifully for Casa and dropped Shadko for a loss of about 3. And we got a whistle here.
Yeah,
illegal substitution on Bella Vista. So that's going to be another 5 yards.
Well, Coach Sepignaro is going to argue it, but he's going to lose because what happened was number 7, who's Stetson Supak, he came off the field as the huddle was breaking to the line and came off. So he, in essence, was in the huddle, which is what the illegal substitution's about. So he's not going to win that argument.
So it'll be 2nd down now and about 19 yards to go. All kinds of movement there.
That's going to be on the defense. He caused the offensive man to move.
As long as he stepped into the neutral zone before the offensive man moved, then that is a defensive penalty.
Yep.
So Bella Vista gets the illegal substitution yardage back on another neutral zone infraction, to use the NFL term. Screenplay going to the right. And that is Shadko once again at the 45-yard line. Where are they going to mark this? Looks like an injured Casa player as well.
There's 2 Casa players down.
They're going to mark the ball at the 44. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for Bella Vista.
This looks like both Casa players are cramping in their right leg, side by side, like almost like they're synchronized swimmers. Which I realize they're not, but.
Watch out for the Russian judge. They've been known to give bad scores.
They're both still down, but I think it's cramping. Like we said, it is hot, although I did feel slightly a little bit of a breeze. The lights have come on here. Darkness is starting to set in, so that should certainly help.
So 5:05 to go in the third quarter. Broncos by 14. And we are kind of in a holding pattern right now with the injured players for Casa Roble.
Well, one thing I can tell you is the varsity game's not going to kick off at 7:45 because it's 7:23 and we still got a quarter and a half to play here.
Looks like one of the injured players for Casa is number 10, Ashton Edvilson. The other one we're being screened out on. But they're working on both of them to help with the cramps. So both of them are now on their feet. Oh, and Ante is the other one, their running back.
Hopefully it's just, cramping and they can get stretched out, get some electrolytes and some salt in them, and that'll help.
Ante has played a significant role on offense. Edvilson has spent a lot of time on offense as well for Casa. So we'll see how this may or may not impact them when they get the ball next. Broncos now 3rd and 11 from the Casa 44-yard line. Double wing set for Bella Vista. Shadko's in motion. Hansen's under pressure, floats the pass downfield off the hands of Shadko, and incomplete. Would have been short of the first down anyway. And so the Broncos are probably going to have to consider punting here and pinning Casa deep.
Correct. That's the smart play here. You're up 2 scores. You got to punt, pin them back, especially given that their running back now is on the sidelines right now. May not be able to come in for a series or so. So
all the more reason.
Yep.
But it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, at 4th and 11, I think you punt here, but Coach might see something.
In the backfield. Hansen's back to pass once again. He's under pressure. He's going to float. Has a receiver. Catch is made. And a first down inside the 30-yard line.
That's why I don't coach football.
Christian Taylor. I stand corrected. I see the light, Coach Sampignero.
I stand corrected. This is why I don't coach football, because clearly he had something that he saw that we didn't up here.
So Christian Taylor is the one who comes up with the reception there. Big first down for Bella Vista. First down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Here's Mata. Mata unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like a loss of 3 yards on the play, so that'll bring up a second down and 13.
I'm still seeing a lot of penetration from Casa, to their credit, on that defensive line that we weren't seeing in the first half. So I really feel like the offensive line for the Broncos, they've got to kind of rally together here when they get a second and figure out what adjustments they can make to kind of pick that up a little bit better.
Now, I wonder if Hansen might be more comfortable rolling out to his right. Got the wide side of the field now is on the left. And, I mean, he really had to adjust himself, and it looked really awkward throwing that pass, but it got the completion. Here's the second man through. That's Shadko. He's down to the 29-yard line, or just shy of it, well, right at the 29. So it'll be third down and 10.
Well, they're certainly chewing clock up this drive, which is something that we had mentioned there that is a good thing to do. We're down under 3.5 to go now in the third quarter.
So Benson will go out wide to the right. Wings to either side. Mata the lone setback. Durazo's in motion. Hansen is going to roll out to his right. Going to send the pass downfield. Catch is made. Splits the tackle. That's a first down for Bella Vista.
Nice job.
Make sure I give. That was Mata that made the reception. Coming out of the backfield. This is coming back.
There must have been a flag that I don't see. A holding.
We have seen a lot of penalties tonight. And this was behind the line of scrimmage because that's a boatload of yards that just got marked off.
Yeah, so this is really, that's a really hard penalty.
43-yard line. They need to get to the 19. So this is 3rd and 24. Hansen has the reception inside the 30. And that's Taylor, and the flag comes in late.
It's going to be a late hit.
We may get a late hit here.
Yep, that's going to be a late hit. That's 15 more.
And that will be enough for a first down. Wouldn't be automatic, but it will be enough for a first down. The play ended at the 25-yard line. So even if they mark this half the distance, it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and I think that I don't think there was an issue. I mean, the player was still in bounds. I think it was the way that he tackled him out. There was a shove, and when he was right there on the edge, and that just was unnecessary.
So half the distance to the goal. And that takes it to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Bella Vista. Right up the middle they go. And that takes it down inside the 10. Mata was the ball carrier once again. We're going to mark it at the 6. That's a gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Mata the lone setback. Hansen under center. 2nd and goal. Mata left side. Mata squirts free. He's in. Touchdown Broncos.
That's exactly what they needed. Way to respond, Bella Vista. A big drive, chewed up almost 3/4 of the set. Well, definitely half the 3rd quarter. Worked through some adversity with some penalties. Got some help with a personal foul.
That's the 2nd touchdown of the game for Mata. He's also got 2. He also has 2 runs on 2-point conversions, and will line up behind the quarterback here. And they will give it to the wingman this time. That should be Shadko looking to turn the corner. Kicks the pylon. He is in. 2-point conversion for Bella Vista.
Great block on the outside there from his lead out man. And nice running from the running back to keep it going.
So the Broncos now have a 30-8 lead with 1:44 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And you got to be feeling a little bit better if you're Coach Sampagnaro now with a 3-score lead near the end of the 3rd quarter. Certainly not over, but definitely got to feel better with that score.
The Broncos will get set to boot this one away. Avery Gordon will do the honors. 2 men deep for Casa. Here's the approach. And the kick is going far side. Little trouble handling it. But finally is picked up with some running room up near midfield. And the Casa fans roaring their approval. David Chase had the touchdown earlier today. The lone touchdown for Casa.
So now you got to ask your defense to step up here for you. You need a big series from them. Close out this third quarter.
Midfield is where Bella Vista will start, and we'll see what they. Okay, so Ante is back in. That's good to see.
It is good. You never want to see somebody get hurt and have to leave the game.
And Edvilson is also back in. So those were the two that cramped up a few moments ago. Nearest to us, that's Landon Payne, I should say. Wide to the right, 3 men to the left. Here's Ante. He's dropped in the backfield, and that's Mata. Mata's just been a beast tonight.
He is everywhere.
Both sides of the field.
Yeah, there's your MVP right there.
So Mata with the tackle. Loss of a yard to the 49 of Casa. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. And an injured player for Casa Roble.
I'm going to guess that's more cramping.
And that is Ante again.
Well, if it's Ante, I mean, he was the ball carrier, so hopefully he didn't fall funny, or get something twisted.
Well, we'll take a look at what we've got going on here. And it looks like they are stretching out his leg that would indicate a cramp. So we have 39 seconds to go before the end of the third quarter. Another quarter to go here at Bella Vista High School in the JV game here of the Cowbell Classic. The varsity game is due to start at 7:45.
Well, that's in 9 minutes. So
I think it's going to take a little bit.
It's going to be late. It might even be 8:15 till we get going here, but
that's all right.
It just adds to the whole evening. I mean, this is just fantastic to see just this many people out, and we're not done yet. More to come, I'm sure.
We're going to be on a bit of a hiatus after today because the Broncos have a bye week coming up after next week, and then a couple of games on the road. We will be back for our next live stream on Friday night, October 4th, against Rio Americano.
Yeah, and that's a Rio team that, in recent years has not been that great. Last year had a really standout season and is having a good season this year too. So it's going to be a tough test for the Broncos. Player's up now on his feet. Being helped off, it looks like pretty much under his own power. He's not one of his linemen walking with him, but
so 2nd down and 11 for Casa. Tilford is back to pass, has a receiver open, lots of running room. And that's down to the 30-yard line. Cruz Francini is the receiver for Casa. Big play and a 1st down, 21 yards on the play.
That may be the last play of the third quarter here. 5 seconds.
It doesn't look like Cass is in any hurry.
Notice Bella Vista staying right where they are this time.
Oh, yeah. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter here at Bella Vista High School. It is 30-8 with 10 more minutes of playing time left. And then we'll know at that point what time maybe the varsity game will start.
I would imagine they'll get at least a 20-minute warm-up. So I would say probably at least 20 minutes from the conclusion of the JV game before we get a kickoff.
So after receiving, or actually after falling for the onside kick and losing possession to start the second half, Casa scores a touchdown. The Broncos respond with a touchdown of their own, and that pretty much took care of the quarter.
Well, and the benefit here, you know, Casa had that onside kick that they recovered. They went down, they scored, but then Bella Vista, you know, returned it. And that's why that score is so important, because now here are the Rams driving again to start the fourth quarter, but you're still down 3 scores. So just really good job with game management, and that critical fourth down that Broncos went for, that George, you and I thought they shouldn't go for, proved very fruitful for them.
Tilford, he's going to run. Tilford with a nice cutback, and he'll bring it down inside the 15-yard line. Looks like he might have fumbled it. Bella Vista celebrating.
They got it.
And the second fumble recovery this evening for the Broncos.
And that's a quarterback trying to do too much right there. You know, that's an honest mistake. He's, you know, getting pressure. Nobody's open. He's going to run it, sees a hole, and just tries to do a little bit too much. So the defense comes up big again.
So the Broncos, first possession of the fourth quarter. If they can grind this one out.
Yep. And that's what you need now. You need to eat up a lot of clock here.
They're 86 yards from pay dirt at their own 14-yard line. There's Mata. And he will move forward to the 15 for about a yard.
But the clock's going to continue to run. You got 40 seconds on the play clock, so you can eat up almost a minute a play right now as long as you're getting first downs. So obviously they're going to have to do more than a yard, but
second and 8. And more movement once again.
that ought to be 5 more for the Broncos.
They are pointing Cass's way. Dylan Strauss was the one that got into the neutral zone that time. So that'll be from a 2nd and 8, bring it to a 2nd and 3.
Oh, the official didn't pick his flag up. Had to do an official's timeout there. Flag was still laying on the ground. Oh, no. He didn't pick the flag up. It was a flag against the Broncos.
Okay. So after all of that, we're right back where we were.
Oh, my goodness.
21-yard line. So we're back to 2nd and 8. Mata once again. It looks like he gets it out to the 23-yard line for gain of 2 more.
Stays in bounds. Clock continues to run. Under 8 minutes now. Big third down here. You got to get this. Get a new set of downs.
Just shy of the 23. Third and 2. If Casa has any hopes of getting back into this game, they need a stop right here. Bella Vista, of course, would like to convert the first down. Who else? And Mata is across the 25-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Broncos.
Exactly what they needed and exactly what Casa didn't need right there.
Pretty much you knew who was going to get the ball.
Yeah.
First and 10 Broncos. Collision in the backfield. Hansen's rolling out. Nice catch. And that's Taylor again. Shy of the 35-yard line.
I love that, George, because that's a quarterback that goes, I'm under pressure, buddy. I need you to catch us, and you're going to get creamed. And he just ate it up. He just had it, had 4 guys tackle him out of bounds. That's teamwork.
That's why you have tight ends on the roster.
Exactly.
Those are the big guys that can catch the ball.
Exactly.
And they know. And it did not start well for Hansen because he collided in the backfield with one of his own teammates, got off of that, and rolled out. It's like, I got to get you the ball.
Yeah.
Do something here. And that was a gain of 9 for Christian Taylor. 2nd and 1, Bella Vista. Here's Mata. Has the first down, and he's out to the 40-yard line.
And at this point, I mean, he got tripped up there. Otherwise, he'd have probably got more yardage, but it's actually okay. You're just continuing to grind that clock.
Clock continuing to run here in the 4th quarter as we approach 6 minutes to go. Broncos just trying to run this one out. Out of the lone setback, wings to either side. 1st and 10 from the 40. And that's Shodko again. And he shoots across the 45. That's going to be a gain of 6 yards on the play, it looks like, at the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Broncos. Hansen has them up. They're taking their time here. Handoff comes to Durazo from the wing. Nice cutback for Durazo. He breaks free. Durazo down the sideline, cuts left. Durazo's going to take it all the way. Touchdown Broncos. And the referee has his hands in the air. That tells me there's no flags.
There's no flags. Hey, a touchdown was great there, but that Connor Benson for the Broncos, there was an injured Casa player cramping, and instead of going down to celebrate with his team, immediately got his leg up and started stretching him. Now, if that's not sportsmanship, I don't know what is.
That's terrific. Oh, sorry.
We lost you there for a minute.
Microphone in the wrong place.
Well,
so.
you about gave me a heart attack there. Where did George go? No, I love when I see that. I mean, that's a big play, and yet, like, hey, we got a hurt player here, and whoa, everybody, hold on. They don't even know.
I'm not sitting on somebody's lap.
Well, give everybody some water here. So this drive ate up over half the last quarter, which is exactly what they needed to do. And, you know, barring this extra point, really now, you just got to have some solid defense and wind this out. Still doing a lot of stretching down here. I not making fun here, but I feel I'm a little bit like we were at the varsity game at Oakmont in week 1 for Bella Vista. It was like every play somebody was going down cramping. And I mean, it's cooled off, but well, here I can tell you. I mean, it feels a little cooler because it's dark, but I'm going to guess temperature-wise, it's 93 now, so it's 5 degrees cooler than it was at halftime. With the wind, feels like 92.
Well, I guess if there is a silver lining to starting the varsity game late, it's that it should be even cooler.
Yes.
We may be here for a while tonight, but you know what? It's a Friday night. It's the Cowbell Classic. It's where would you rather be?
And if you're not here, we're glad you're with us at BV Live Sports. So
absolutely. Special hello to those that I know of at least one family that's
right.
watching on the East Coast. Anybody that has friends or relatives for players on either team that happens to be in another state or somewhere else tonight, welcome. Welcome to our live stream here on BV Live Sports. We will next be on with the varsity game on October 4th against Rio Americano. That's when Bella Vista will play next.
59 was the injured Casa player, and he's up hobbling off with some assistance there.
That is Cooper Anderson that is coming off for Casa Roble, and he is hopping off, favoring that left leg elevated.
And again, just shout out to Connor Benson there, the Broncos, for immediately trying to help, and just really good play of sportsmanship here as we get ready for the extra point or the point after attempt.
Broncos have been going for 2 all night. Looks like they will do the same here. Durazo will line up as a wingman on the left. Taylor is in at a tight end to the left. Mata is in the backfield along with Shodko. Here's Mata. Easy path to the end zone and a 2-point conversion for the Broncos. And that increases the lead now to 38-8. That's the third 2-point conversion run tonight for Mata to go with his 2 touchdowns. Some big plays on defense. I think player of the game honors are secured.
Yeah, when that email comes out to parents and players of Bella Vista, they send that out for the Frosh team, JV and varsity together. I think we know who the MVP is for the JV game tonight.
So Bella Vista next week travels to Lincoln in Placer County to take on the Zebras. That will be next Friday night, Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
A trip to Lincoln, and then a bye week on the 20th, and then a trip to Ponderosa on the 27th, and then, of course, the next home game will be on the 4th of October. Here's a bouncer, stays in bounds, it's picked up. That's Hugel again that will bring it across the 40-yard line to the 42.
Ponderosa will be the first league game in this new Capital Valley Conference. Some familiar faces and teams, but some new additions, Ponderosa being one of those.
Ponderosa, Christian Brothers is in the league as well.
Rio Americano.
Rio. Christian Brothers will be a road game for Bella Vista this year. In fact, Christian Brothers on October 18th. Bella Vista's birthday present to me, the day before my birthday, is a home game against Inderkum.
Oh.
And then the season will close out on November 1st, and that will be against Vista del Lago.
Well, and Inderkum continuing to prove they're one of the best teams in the Sacramento area. Probably one of the top 3 teams this year in the Sacramento area. Very well coached football team.
4:05 to go. Tilford, he's got a receiver open, and that's incomplete. Pass intended on the play for Landon Payne. Why do I keep calling him Leighton? Landon Payne. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Casa. Three wide receivers to the left out of the pistol. Tilford is going to go deep again. And did Mr. Shatko get a hand on that one?
Yeah, I think so. That was close to an interception there.
So now it's 3rd and 10. So the freshman game ended in a lopsided score in favor of Casa. Casa's being, penalties being, is it? No, I guess not. The JV game appears to be going lopsided fashion towards Bella Vista, barring a miracle. Chase goes in motion to the right. 3rd down and 10, Tilford. He'll send the ball downfield and overshoots Chase's intended receiver. And that brings us to 4th and 10 now for Casa. Their offense, with the exception of that first drive in the second half, just has not gotten anything going.
No, and sometimes when you just have pass after pass after pass, the defense knows what you're going to do. And so if it's well defended, you find yourself like Casa does right now at a 4th and 10, and now you're kind of stuck.
And at this point, at this stage of the game, 3:38 to go, it looks like Tilford's going to drop back into punt formation. Casa appears to be waving the white flag here.
Yeah, you don't want to add insult to injury here, and
again, another high snap. Oh, it looks like he's going to try and run with it. He's in all kinds of trouble, gets free, but he's going to be dropped well short of the line of scrimmage. And it looks like as soon as he took that snap, he was looking to throw. So it looked like that was a design fake.
Yep.
That is a turnover on downs, a loss on the play of about 5 yards, and the Broncos are going to take over at the 37-yard line of Casa.
So 3:25 here. Would not expect anybody to be burning timeouts.
The Broncos probably just going to feed Mata.
Yep, they just need a first down here, and they can kneel this out.
There's Mata. Breaks off a tackle. He pushes his way all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 7 yards for Mata.
Clock under 3 minutes and continuing to run now here.
Second down and 3 yards to go after a 7-yard gain. Benson comes out to the right. Wings either side. Mata the lone setback. Terrazzo had the touchdown moments ago. He's got a first down for Bella Vista, breaking off some tacklers. He's inside the 20-yard line. First down Broncos.
And that should do it.
Clock will now hit the 2-minute mark.
So it'll be interesting here to see what Bella Vista does. There's a part of you when you're up here, you should be able to kneel this out, but that requires Casa to not call timeout to stop the clock. So we'll have to see what they do here.
Well, so far they're not doing it.
No. Looks like they're going to continue to run it.
New players in the backfield for Bella Vista.
And a false start.
A false start on the left side of the line. Looks like that was Pat Lamb that moved early. Sikander Arazo is in the backfield. Avery Gordon, who's been doing the kickoff duties tonight. They're both in there now. 1st and 15 for Bella Vista. 1:17 to go. And there's Gordon. Gordon looks like he picks up 4 with 1:03 to go. It'll be second down. And again, yes, I believe that kneeling this one out is probably the best way to go for Bella Vista as the clock is continuing to run.
Well, I saw Donovan Farron signal to the coach, hey, you may take a knee here. So they certainly can do that now to end the game.
It's the greatest formation in football, the victory formation. And the handoff this time goes to Arazo. Arazo down the sideline, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. Sikander Arazo takes the handoff, and as you mentioned, Donovan Farron was in a quarterback for Bella Vista.
And the clock's just going to run here.
Did he not get in? Well, he got in.
No, they're just going to run the clock.
Well, this is a you don't run the clock on a conversion attempt.
Yeah, but the referee, they want to get this game over to.
Broncos are going to attempt an extra point here, and that's Gordon that will attempt it. And the referee wants them to wind the clock.
Yeah, they want to get down here to get the varsity game going.
They got to quickly snap this one. All kinds of confusion for the Broncos. Are they going to get this? They're not even going to get this off.
No.
And so the conversion attempt does not happen. And that is the end of this game between the Bella Vista Broncos and the Casa Roble Rams in the Cowbell Classic. The teams are going to come together and they're going to shake hands. We're going to go ahead and close it out quickly and get ready for the varsity game here. So our final score, once again, 38-8, or I'm sorry, 44-8 is our final score. Bella Vista wins this one. Here, we'll go ahead and get that up there for you. 44-8 is the final score. Bella Vista wins this one for the JV game. Our thanks to Lacey Anderson on producing, Charlie Keogh on camera. Some final thoughts, Aaron.
Great win. Let's bring on the varsity Cowbell Classic. Finish this out.
Okay, we'll be on in a few minutes with the varsity game and the Cowbell Classic. 44-8 is our final score. Thank you for joining us tonight. For Aaron Keogh, I'm George Tharolson. Good night, everyone.